Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Daily. I'm Rodney.
I'm Keith.
And in this video series, what we do here is just talk about the day ahead of us and what we got going on, how we're going to tackle it, accomplish it, and be successful. Because we do a lot. We've got a couple of businesses we run. We work for a business, a large corporation. We have families, and we're just trying to do all of the things. We're trying to do them well. We're trying to show up and be our best. And so we're recording it and we're talking about it.
We chronicle it each and every day, and hopefully something that we say on each short video will be of assistance to you. But what's on your mind today there, homie?
Well,
good morning, by the way.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Good morning. Firstly, I don't know, chronicling. This could be renamed the Chronicle. I really like what you did there, is what I'm saying. So
I think I've said it before too.
Well, I only listen half of the time to what you say, so let's be honest there. So this is my first time hearing it, whether or not it's your first, second, or third time saying it. But yeah, no, I wanted to get into gratitude today. We, in a previous episode of the Daily, soon to be the Chronicle, we talked about our journaling process in the morning and how we use that to prep our day. And a portion of that is gratitude. So I wanted to kind of talk about it, what it means for me, and why it helps.
And with Thanksgiving tomorrow, it's kind of a good time, even if this goes out after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I think it's still relevant. You know, you get good playback ability. What does it do for you? What does the gratitude exercise do for you? Like, why do you take the time to put that into your morning?
You know, it's funny. When we first started meditating from our guy, Dr. Mike Gervais, quite a few years ago.
When we started individually meditating, we don't like group meditate.
Correct. Like when we take our time, you know, we do not have a meditation call, but maybe we'll do a video series, daily meditation.
Our daily it's just 7 minutes of silence. Right? Or actually,
anywhere from 2 to 20 minutes, depending on which video we listen to.
Focus on your breath. Now come back to your breathing.
One of the things that we did this training with him, and he talks about optimism, right? He talks about the power of optimism and how optimism really is a frame of mind. It's not this idea of just looking at everything with rose-colored glasses and ignoring what's bad, because, you know, that's often what maybe a pessimist or the past pessimist in me would say, like, oh, you're just trying to ignore what's bad. No, it's truly looking at what's good, because there are a lot of good things. I always like to use the example, you know, as a person who used to complain about drivers all the time, if you actually go on the road and just pay attention to all the drivers that don't piss you off, there are going to be a lot more of them than do. And that's the optimistic viewpoint, right? So it's focusing your energy and attention on the good things in the world. And so what he ended up giving is this exercise of 3 amazing things, right? And the idea of 3 amazing things is each and every day for 21 days. I think it was actually a 30-day exercise.
21 was the start. Like, do it for at least 21. Make it a habit, which is misunderstood science, but it's fine.
It's totally a misunderstood science. 21 days does not create a habit. Let's be clear. We understand.
It can for some people, but it doesn't for everybody.
And for some things and not for all things. But when you at least chronicle 3 amazing things, and the idea is just look at 3 positive things that you see in the day, every single day. You look at the green that's grass, the grass that's green. One that that stands out to me is the positivity of watching a father and son hold hands crossing the street, right? Like those types of things that you would just write down. And what it does is just starts rewiring your mindset to see more positive than negative. It helped me out significantly. Then I got away from it because I can't do that every day, and you know, it becomes more muscle memory.
Why can't you do it every day?
Writing 3 things down is just time. It's a matter of priority and attention. So the attention is more automatic on positive things now than it is conscious in a way, right? Like forcing the attention.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's
to
the goal.
positive.
I don't think you have to write them down in order to do the exercise.
I would agree. So now for me, that's a long way of saying the best part of yesterday is just a reflection to start the day of an amazing thing that happened the day before. No matter how amazing it was, sometimes it's just you and I having a good productive session. Or yesterday, my amazing thing was going to Adeline's school and having lunch with her class because they had a Thanksgiving lunch together. So it's a good level set on the positive things that happen each and every day. And I just tend to focus on one. How about you?
I'm gonna add to the optimism comment you made, because I think it's a little bit more than that. I took it to be more. It's not just focusing on the positivity, but it's when stuff's not going right, it's holding the active belief that I will get through this. And like, whether it ends poorly, whether it ends negative, like I can keep going. And I think it's like, it's more, at least in the way Gervais explains it and the way I understand it now, optimism is more like grit. Optimism is like, I'm going to keep showing up. I'm going to keep going, even though I've been smacked in the face, or I've lost, or I didn't get it right the first 100 times or the first 10,000 times. I'm going to keep going. And it reminds me of the quote, Patrick, one of our podcast guests, Patrick Furlong, he gave us the quote that hope is the active conviction that despair won't have the last word. And I think it was Cory Booker that said that. But I think a lot of times optimism and hope get conflated into this, like, oh, it's a bubbly, happy, like everything's gonna just, I think it's just gonna work out. Everything is awesome. Everything is, but it's like, but I think what they really are foundational to mindset to help get through the shit that's going on. I think that's what optimism, and so like it's step one. So like if you enter the day with a negative mindset, with a pessimistic mindset, that's just like, I can't do it. And you're right. That, I think that's why whatever people, I mean, what do they say? Like, whatever you think, if you think you can, if you think you can't, you're right.
Yeah.
I think that's why, because you set up the framework entering the day.
I believe that was Confucius, wasn't it? Maybe.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna give you that. I'll look it up later and we'll see.
Yeah.
So all that said to say, the optimism thing, I think I wasn't even thinking about that when I thought about gratitude this morning. But for the mornings.
No, I was just it's a frame of mind, and I think that gratitude I agree with everything you said based on my now understanding of optimism and giving more of a backstory, but it's a good reminder of positivity, just to keep a positive frame of mind, especially in the morning.
Yeah. And I would just say for me, for the gratitude, like it helps me with presence. It helps me with being like, last week I was pulling up to a bank and had this moment where I was parking and there's a hummingbird in front of me at a bush. And I just watched the hummingbird, and like, that's all. Like, I had things to do. I had tons of things to do, but I just watched this hummingbird, and I was just present. And I just have these moments where I'm just exactly where I am, and I'm trying to be that all the time. But it really helps. And I found that the more that I wrote them down, like I don't write them down every day, but the more that I wrote them down, the more I notice them. And I think one of the keys is that the moments that you find every day, they can't be generic. You can't just say, oh, I saw my daughter, or like, it's got to be, what did she do? Or like, what did the person or thing, like, what was it doing? And what were you doing? Maybe how you felt when it was going on. Being specific and different every day, because you're training your brain to see these things.
Right.
And then you start seeing them everywhere.
All
and it's kind of cool.
Yeah. No doubt.
Look, thank you for joining us. It's Thanksgiving week. Well, it is for us. It's not for you when you're watching this, but we're thankful for you. We want to, I just want to say in the comments below, want to know if you start your day with gratitude. Yes or no?
And I want to know what you're thankful for.
Okay. You know what? It's
Deuces.
a Thanksgiving edition double.
Double, double. Double with cheese. And Rodney left. So I will stop recording.